for Jeff Greenspan. All right. I got some good news I want to share with you. For the first time in a long time, I'm finally happy. Yeah. It took a while for me because it wasn't easy for me to be happy because I spent so much time thinking about a lot of the horrible things that are going on in the world. But here's how I've managed to get happy. I now focus on the small moments of wonder in my life, and I make them big. My favorite small wonder now in my life? My weather app. I love my weather app. It's in my phone in my pocket. I can pull it at any time, and it gives me a 7-day forecast. Think about how amazing that is, that we live in a time when there are people who really believe there's going to be 7 more days. That's incredible. I'm like, if they can do it, I can do it, you know? I figured they've chosen the weather for the week. They're not going to shut the whole thing down now. They've already picked out what we're going to wear. I'm gay. I'm not into it. There's a lot of times I'd rather be straight. I know that's not a great thing to say, but I grew up at a time when being gay was like the worst thing you could be. So I have a lot of fear surrounding being gay. Like I used to get HIV tested when I was a virgin. Because I thought being gay gave you AIDS. Like I believed in immaculate infection is the only thing I could conjure in. A lot of people think that gay couples shouldn't have kids, that they shouldn't adopt or have kids. This is amazing. There was a study done here on the Upper East Side of Manhattan, and it turned out it didn't matter if it was 2 men, or 2 women, or a man and a woman, as long as the child was raised by a loving Jamaican nanny. Everything was fine. Give me a break. Whether you're gay or straight, no one has time to raise their kids. We're outsourcing the whole thing. Give me a break. The other day, my friend was like, can you believe that our sitter was late every day last week? I'm like, yes, she's a meth head from the internet. Stop trusting your child rearing to the gig economy. For a long time when I lived in New York, I lived on 11th Street across from this nightclub called Webster Hall, where people from New Jersey would like to come and party. And they would play music in their car in front of my apartment and in front of the club all night. And I would go down at 2 in the morning and be like, hey guys, can you keep that down? And they would say, no, faggot. Which I thought was presumptuous, because they hadn't seen my act. Like, how did they know I was gay, right? But I found a way to get them to cooperate with me. What I did is I created a fake 3-year-old daughter. And I would go down at 2 in the morning and be like, hey guys, I got a 3-year-old daughter upstairs and she just went to bed. Can you keep it down? And then they would always say yes. But I'm such a stickler for story that she's now 6. And I refuse to vaccinate her. I will not do it. Autism, you know. So it's created all these problems with the fake PTA that I had to create. It's an ordeal. It's an ordeal. If I get serious for a second, you know, there haven't been any changes to the gun laws in this country. So I'm not shocked that we've had so many high school shootings. But I'm completely surprised that we haven't had any high school reunion shootings. Like, I would think that type of rage would take 20, 30 years to simmer and really think about how you've been done wrong and formulate a plan, you know? Who's most likely to succeed now, huh? A high school shooting is horrible, but it's just rage with no discipline. But a 20, 30-year high school reunion shooting? That's a surgical strike. You're not just lobbing bullets indiscriminately into a room. No. You've made a list. You've got names. Where's Linda? Where is Linda? Linda's right in front of you. Oh my God, Linda, is that you? You look terrible. And I think that's why there haven't been any high school reunion shootings. I think that's the real reason, because here's something you don't know in high school. You only find out after you graduate. Every day after high school gets harder and harder. So by the time your 20 or 30 year reunion rolls around, you know if you really don't like someone, and you really want to hurt him, you just let him live. We recently had a shooting at a Walmart because school was out, and so it was the fastest I've seen a Walmart become a Target in my entire life. I know, I'm angry too. I'm angry about it also. I too am with you. And what happens every time? Same thing happened. Thoughts and prayers. We give our thoughts and prayers. Sometimes we don't even do that. We just tweet. We tweet our thoughts and prayers. Sometimes we take someone else's thoughts and prayers and we retweet them. We're giving God-used prayers. And I think that's why the gods are angry with us. I think the gods are angry. I don't know how much longer they're going to let us live. But I got some good news. Right before I came here, I checked my weather app. We've got 7 more days. I'm Greenspan.